Welcome, Gemini. This is your monthly focus for February 2023. So let's start with the astrology. We start with a full moon on February the 5th. Now, this full moon is really telling you that it's okay to feel what's in your heart and to bring it out. For you personally, though, it is about, it'd be about your third house. So it's about what you want to learn, what you want to study, the conversations you're having, the conversations you want to have. Maybe you want to teach going forward. Communication is big. Your thoughts are also a big thing. And we may be thinking over some things of what chapters we need to close in our life. And where else do we need closure? On February 11th, Mercury will move into Aquarius. So that's your ninth house. So we have your third house and your ninth house kind of in the picture here. Your third month is communication and quick thinking and learning things. And our ninth month is more about getting to the truth of it, really investigating, really exploring to the truth, to the core, to the depth of what you are maybe researching, learning, thinking about. And I think with Mercury going into Aquarius, you will have a more rational lens on which to view things. So emotion can be separated a little bit, which may benefit you greatly in some of the decisions that you need to make going forward. We have the sun entering Pisces, and then we have the new moon right after that in Pisces as well. That's work, that's career, that's, looking towards new jobs, new careers, new businesses, maybe a business that you want to start yourself, or starting something that might generate an income for you. Maybe you want to become a writer or a painter or a gardener, whatever it may be for you. And to really grow that dream and really meditate on that dream, because you'll give it so much more potential if you take meditation and you put it into that. And pay attention to any kind of messages that come your way pertaining to that in your dreams, waking, sleeping. So it could be very new beginnings, or it could be a step up, a promotion comes your way where you work already. The only other thing we have is Venus will be moving into Aries. And so you'll find yourself wanting to be around a lot of people, gatherings, clubs, socials. Okay, I think you'll feel more comfortable towards the end of the month when you're in a group experience. And maybe it will have something to do with team play, teamwork, brainstorming, debating. Could have all that included in there. So know that you will be passionate about what you are talking about, what you are acting towards. You could be very adventurous. And it could symbolize a new love coming into your life. It could symbolize a new relationship of some sort, of a new best friend, a new colleague, a new neighbor. Okay, we'll turn to the tarot cards. We will do an oracle card at the end as well. Now, note too that Mars is in your sign for the rest of this month. And Mars is now finally going direct. So you can really push forward in a lot of things. You have Mars on your side to push forward your deepest desires, your passions, your dreams, your wants. So if it's something that you want to learn, something you want to study, something you want to research or investigate, something that you want to, a job promotion or starting a business or anything like that, really work it into your meditation practice, your prayer practice. If you just take time alone and sit and think Absolutely. If you journal, make sure you're journaling about these things. And I think you'll gain some clarity, some insight, some sage wisdom will come out and really guide you in the way you need to go. So even though it's not a very busy month planet-wise, that will be next month, don't worry. And all the planets are moving direct. All the planets are moving direct. So even though we only have 28 days in February, we may find the month goes by extremely quick. So make sure that you are strategizing, keeping a list, knocking things off as you go. Otherwise, you could get lost in the confusion, or too many things will grab your attention. That can be a possibility as well. And the North Node, I think the North Node is the only thing that is retrograde. That's not an actual planet or star or asteroid. That's a point of reference in astrology. So the North Node going retrograde, I would have to think that that has something to do with the groups of people that you've already associated with, that you're already involved in. Are these groups working for me? Do I need to find new groups? So there might be that thought process as well for you. You might be revisiting some of your last steps, last decisions on the different groups that you are involved in. And you may want to pull out of some. You may want to enter some. So I can see that being a huge highlight for you. Okay, we'll go to the cards now. Okay, we'll take 2. And our shadow card for the month. So this is the underlying energy for the entire month for you. And it's the 3 of Wands. So we may not actually be coming to any kind of great decisions this month. It might be as the decisions, become apparent that we want to go in certain directions, we gather more information and more information and more knowledge until we are satisfied. So we stand here and we hold this wand and we look out into the abyss and we try and piece together in our thoughts and our mind and our meditations of how it's going to look, how it's going to work, and start planning and strategizing and see where the pitfalls may be, where the hurdles may be, the challenges. Eventually you'll move over to the second wand and you may change a few things. You may do a whole different scenario completely. We will eventually move to the third wand. So if you make any kinds of decisions, it would definitely be more towards the end of the month than the beginning of the month. Underneath it is the 6 of Cups. And I'm going to keep this as remembering that things could come in from the past, but remember that you are worthy and deserving of anything that you want in this life. To keep that front of mind, to remind yourself of that daily, because you are. So sometimes when we're looking out into the abyss, we see something, but we go, no, it's not for me. I can't do that. I don't have the skill. I don't have the patience. I don't have the time, the energy, the resources, whatever what holds in your excuse bags for not going forward. Okay, and this is where, but you start to think, wait a minute, I'm deserving of that. Why would I say I'm not? Why would I not allow myself that opportunity in my life? And it's usually because of old and aged perceptions that no longer apply, that no longer have value. So get to know the inner you a lot better, and you will be moving forward. Our first card here is the 5 of Pentacles. So we'll feel a lack of or discouragement. This could be discouragement, absolutely, that we're not moving ahead fast enough. And I'm telling you right now, February is not going to be any different. You're not going to be moving ahead. Please don't think that you are spinning your wheels. It's not that you're not moving ahead. You can't see the work that you are doing now actually moves you ahead in so many ways. And down the road, you'll take these giant strides and it'll just be like boom, 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 because you're doing the work now. Okay? So many times, as humans, we get into this mode of, I've had enough of it, I've been spinning my wheels, nothing's working out, I don't see anything resulting from it, forget it, I'm done, and you throw in the towel. And so many times we don't know how very close we were to actually reaching that first pinnacle of success, that goal. But if we stand up, we find that we are sitting on the threshold of the door of abundance. And so as we realize this, and I think this is more towards the end of the month, we turn and we see it. Now, dare we knock? Do we take a risk on ourselves? Do we step forward into it? Do we embrace our strength, our courage? Turn that doorknob, walk through. What do you think is on the other side? This is the time that you want to be dreaming about exactly what might be on the other side of that door, because you are so very, very close to it. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and this once again says that you have done so much to accomplish the person you have become in this very time and moment, to be able to finally go forward in the way that you want, on that new path, on that new journey, in that new learning experience. This is also highlighted as a very spiritual card. So talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, the cosmos, that divine energy that surrounds you, your higher self. And ask the questions. Now, the hill behind us looks like we might have some challenges when we first start out, but they're small challenges. They're not mountains. So don't make them into mountains. Okay, so when you hit the hill, you have to walk over it. So just go with the flow and do it when you meet those challenges, and you'll be surprised by how amazingly fluent you move through the stages. We also have the Hermit here. Now, the Hermit is one who, I see him as the guy who goes into the cave or into the desert, and he thinks, he ponders, he prays, he meditates, he looks at his here and now. Now, if he's looking at his past, he may just refresh the challenges he met and the lessons he's taken from it, what he knows now to be true, and apply that to going forward. Now, the Hermit doesn't come out of the desert or out of the cave until he's come to some absolution about where he wants to go and the path he must walk. And he puts that intention into his lighted cane. And that'll be his light that he needs to follow in order to get to where he's going. So when we do it, we have to dream of the picture and then walk towards that picture. And dream of the picture and walk towards that picture. Now, you might decide to do that, since it's like your third card and I'm bringing it up. You might want to do this on a daily basis. Just stand in the Superman pose, get those hands on the hips, stand straight and tall, look fast forward, and imagine how your day's going to work out. Or, you're going to work and there's that parking spot and it's right up front and it's perfect and it's a beautiful day. Well, however you want to imagine the step-by-step, or maybe it's an interview that you want to go well. So you see yourself sitting in the interview and being asked questions or whatever. And you might want to do a day at a time. You might want to do a week at a time. But I would highly suggest that would be a practice for you in the mornings when you think of it, to stand in the Superman pose before you do anything. And you can see yourself making your pot of coffee or tea and jumping in the shower and what you're going to be wearing for the day. You can do whatever you want in that Superman pose. Give it 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. If you've never done it before, those 5 minutes are going to seem like 25, 30 minutes, okay? But if you do it on a consistent basis, all of a sudden you're like, 5 minutes already? I wasn't even halfway through. So, okay, let's look at work and career. We have the Three of Pentacles, so it's about rolling up your sleeves, getting to work. Don't worry if anybody's watching. They are watching, but you may not notice them watching. So just, nose to the grindstone and just do what you have to do. Now, I do love this because this is about your creativity. Okay, we're holding the paintbrush to our future. That was a solid wall once, and we are actually painting the pathway forward. What does it look like? We've got part of the door in. Pretty soon we'll draw the whole path going in there. So what does your best life ever look like? And chances are you're not going to probably take that in a limited amount of steps. And February is not the month for you to really going fast forward on anything. But it's more about seeing the potential and getting to work. If there's something you need to learn, then study. If there's something that you or go and find a mentor or somebody that you idolize and their path and what they went through. Take in wisdom during this month. Okay, for love, relationships, Four of Cups. Okay? Don't forget to tell each and every person that you love them. People, I like it when I meet a new friend, and then after maybe 4 or 5 times we get together, I start leaving by saying, love ya. And I do. I'm not just saying love ya. I do. I hold you close to my heart. I'd worry about you if something were to happen. I wish happiness for you and good health and joy and celebration in your life. Of course I do those things. So you have to be very mindful that, you're saying, oh, I'm so tired of the group of people I'm with, and this one does this, and this person does that, and I need some new energy around me. And, well, maybe you need to appreciate the energy that's already around you before you look elsewhere for it. So I think this card is saying to appreciate the people that are in your world, to look for ways to love them more and to let them know that they are loved. Send a fast text. Just thinking about you. Hope you're having a great day. To be seen. People want, we want to, as individuals, we want to be seen. We want to be thought of. We want to be loved. So it is an easy way to show expression, show the expression of love, of compassion, of support. It doesn't cost anything, and it takes mere seconds. But you may want to expand on that, okay? I'm giving you the bare basics of what you can do, but, you can go to the moon and back if you want. But it's about being really grateful. And when you start being grateful for the people that are around you, some of the people that you need to come into your life will enter at that point. Okay, because you are. Otherwise, if they enter now and you're not really being appreciative of who's around you, you may not notice their skills, their talents, what they bring to the table. Okay, so especially if you're dating or something, and I'm not saying watch with Venus and Pisces, okay, because Venus and Pisces, we can kind of pull the wool over our eyes a little bit and only see what we want to see. That is a pitfall. There's very few pitfalls, but that is one of them. And so we don't want to get glamorized, but we do want to be thankful that we have those people around us to support us, to love us. Absolutely, and we want to love and support them as well. And we want the communication of that. If you're in a relationship or a marriage, it's vitally important to just remember to say, I love you. To hold their hand for a few seconds as you drive in the car or go for a little walk. To connect again, heart to heart. Okay, how do we use our spirituality? Well, the Four of Pentacles is here. The Four of Pentacles usually tells us that we are holding on to things too tightly. So I'm almost thinking it's regiment, and you're not giving yourself enough time for meditation or prayer time or just alone time or getting out in nature and taking a small walk, something just for you. And you're holding on to the structures. And of course we need those structures, but we also need a healthy and beautiful and loving you. And so you need to let go of some of the responsibilities, some of the obligations. Maybe they won't do a job like you did, but it'll get done. Okay? And turn that focus back towards the things that you want to enter into, the things that you want to put time or energy or resources towards. And meditate on these things. Take yourself for a walk through your life. Okay, and see where, if I didn't have to do that, I could be doing this over here. I want to do this over here, but how do I get rid of this? And let your mind, and after that meditation, it's funny because, 12 hours, 24 hours goes by, and all of a sudden it's like, aha, this thought comes in your mind like a flash of lightning and says, you need to do this. And you're right. It's right. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, so simple. Because our subconscious doesn't stop working on the problem even if we don't find the solution within the meditation, within the prayer. Okay? And for health and well-being, look at this. We got the Empress. Okay, I would definitely say this is new beginnings to some form of taking better care of yourself, pampering yourself. Maybe your diet, your sleep patterns, what you eat, what you don't eat. Maybe it's a habit, but it's about giving birth to the new you. Really. So I can't see health problems. I can see you reinventing yourself, though. Okay, let's get. Now I have a new deck here for your oracle cards, Nature's Whispers. So let's get the whole picture in there so you can see it. So if you're looking for it, there we are. And I caught it really because I like the butterflies on the back. It looks so bright and sunny, and I thought, oh, there's got to be beautiful, good messages in that. You know, I stay away from the ones that have like skeletons on them and stuff. Poison warnings on the back. You know, maybe they think it's cool to do, but I don't think it's going to give us positive reinforcement to what we need to think about, where we need to go, who we need to become. Okay. Let's see. Gemini. We have assurance, 14. Now, 14 is having more by having less, so I'll give you that for food for thought. And 1 plus 4 is a 5, which means a very busy energy, but it's all about creating joy, laughter, dance, singing into your life. Giggles and laughter. Okay, assurance. We have tree, people in the trees. People part of the trees. And it looks like we kind of go from winter to a spring to maybe even a summer and a fall, all in the growth of the tree here. So I will let you meditate on that. Beautiful picture. Let me see if I can rest my arm there so I don't wiggle and jiggle for you as much. I'll still wiggle and jiggle a little bit. Okay. Remain steady and be assured that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You might be seeing small signs that things, situations, desires are just beginning to fall into place. Your focus and skills are intact. You will feel motivated in work areas and therefore make good inroads on your usual work. New ways of dealing with things will occur to you now. Fresh perspectives will appear, and as a result, your life will move towards harmony and balance. Trust yourself. You have everything you need. So, a big trust yourself, your intuition, your sage wisdom. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.